Hey guys, welcome back to Weekenders on the Water. Today we're here at the Dunedin Causeway, and today we are going to be doing a shakedown run for our Bimini trip. It's going to be so much fun, so make sure you stick around, check it out, hit that subscribe button, and let's go.
Let's go. Alright, y'all, like Lewis said, we are here. We are in the Causeway. Fun is a relative term, okay? So we are riding 80 miles from here at the Dunedin Causeway all the way down to Eggmont Key. We're going to refuel somewhere along the way on the way back. And this is meant to simulate what it's going to be like when we head on out to the Bahamas in a few months.
Yeah, so if you didn't know, we're actually going to take both these jet skis from Fort Lauderdale to Bimini, Bahamas. It's about a 55 mile one-way trip. And today we're here testing all of our equipment, make sure that everything stays attached to the skis. So we got them all loaded down. We just want to make sure there's not going to be any problems when we're out there in the open ocean. So today is 80 miles of open ocean riding. It's going to be a ton of fun, I think.
Yeah, so we've never ridden 80 miles in one day before. So with this, we're going to go 5 miles off the coast here in Clearwater, head down, fuel up, and then head back.
Yes, we're going all the way past St. Petersburg and out into the inlet to the bay.
Yeah.
And we're going to stop at Eggmont Key, which is about 40 miles away. So nearly the same run as if we were to make it to Bimini. But then turn around and come back, so 80 miles round trip today.
It's gonna be a long day. So I will turn on the Live app and we'll go ahead and get started. But with that, do you want to tell them what we got on the skis right now?
We've got everything loaded down on the skis. We're actually going to make a separate video where we'll go over all the equipment that we need for the Bimini trip. Just haven't had time to film it, but that'll probably be the next video, I'm guessing. And that may be out by the time you're watching this, so.
Yeah. Let's go. All right, y'all. So climbing up on a jet ski when you got 10 gallons of gas behind you, plus a flagpole, no easy feat. I didn't record it, but let's just say I wasn't the most graceful, but that's fine. Lewis will have to get on my ski, and the reason why I'm riding his is because his is a little bit more aerodynamic, and I can hug it with my knees. So we're changing it up today. Anyway, so we're going to head on out and see what we can see and see how this whole shenanigans is gonna work out for us. Lewis said there's a little bit of a late chop today, so that should be fun. And yeah, 40 miles or 80 miles really, because 40 there, 40 back. I was getting our, you know what's rocked. Good times.
Oh my God, guys, it is a clear day out here. Look at it, you can see the water all the way down. That's, I don't know, 15, 20 feet deep. It's pretty amazing, looking good. Today the wind should be between 9 to 12 miles an hour with 1 foot wave height, 3-second intervals. So it's gonna be a bit choppy once we get out there to the Gulf.
All right, y'all, so we just got going. Real quick, we are going to be in eco mode the entire time to help save gas, but also it limits how fast your jet ski can go. Therefore, we can just full throttle it the entire time and not have to worry about maintaining or watching our speed. Lewis tells me on average, you want to average about, I think he said 20 to 30 miles an hour the entire time to Bimini, and eco mode will keep us right at 30 miles an hour. So, let's go.
All right, one other thing that we're trying out today here is I got the Navtronics app. So we've got our map. Probably, I don't know if you can see this. We've got our route planned in the app. The idea is we've got airplane mode turned on, so that way, because when we're in the Bahamas, we're not going to have cell phone coverage, but it should still work with my GPS. So we're going to try running this with airplane mode on and see if it helps us navigate to Eggmont Key. All right, guys, so we're about 4 miles offshore now. So just stopping for a quick little brief safety check. Everything is holding on pretty good. No issues there. Christine tightened up her ratchet straps on her gas cans, as to be expected. But yeah, so far everything's good. The eco mode's working out well. I just got it pinned and I'm kind of cruising about 30, 31, which is right where we want to be anyways. Makes it so much easier just to be able to relax your hand all the way tight rather than trying to hold it somewhere in the middle. So I think we're in good shape. We still got about another mile to go offshore before we can turn and head south. All right, guys, so we made it. We're 5 miles offshore. Now it's time to head south. So at 5 miles, we are roughly 1/10 of the way to Bimini. Let's keep going. You doing all right? Guys, it is a rough one out here. It was all good heading out west, but as soon as we turn south, now we're hitting the waves head on, and it's slow going. It's taking a while, and just I feel like we're just crashing and jumping every wave. So yeah, now we kind of slowed it down to about 23 to 26, which isn't ideal. But I don't know what else to do under these kind of conditions. You gotta slow it down. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have better conditions when we head to Bimini. It's kind of a worst case scenario that it's just too choppy today. Props to my wife, Christine, dude. She is doing amazing out there, holding her own, keeping up. Really proud of her today. Guys, we are 20 miles in. We got 20 miles to go. We're halfway there. We can see the tip of St. Pete there. That's kind of like where it kind of hip bones out into the water. So we still got a ways to go, and it is rough out here. Gas wise, we're doing all right. I'm at 3/4 of a tank, and like, you know, whenever the last like third of the tank is really not on the radar there or on the gauge. So we're actually doing pretty good on gas. Just got it stuck in eco mode and just cruising along, but man, we're getting beat up out here. Every wave just like getting punched in the butt, punched in the knee. It's rough, but we're gonna keep going. Again, super proud of my wife. She's an all-star, just hanging in there. You know, days like this, yeah, I'm glad she chose me.
There's not a dry spot on me. There's not a muscle that I have not used to hold myself to the ski. Yeah, I tell you, it just looks so bad right now, but try doing 45 miles an hour across this water, jumping like a skip rock. I feel like a giant has just like flinged us. Like, you know when you're skipping rocks across like what's supposed to be flat water? Yeah, not here. That's how I feel though. Everything hurts. We're only halfway there. Going. That's what we do. We don't give up, we keep going. Lewis better give me a really good back rub after this, that's what I'm saying. Let's go.
I think this is St. Pete Beach, but I can finally see the Sunshine Skyway Bridge down there in the distance. That's where we're heading. Can you see it? Yeah, I see the the Skyway Bridge down there, so finally in view. Land ho! So we are passing the Don Cesar Hotel. There is Eggmont Key directly ahead of us with the towers you may not be able to see on the camera here, and then over to the left is the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. And Christine is she's just getting it. Apparently she wants to get there. I don't think she wants to stop no more. Alright guys, we're 2 hours in and we're almost there. I can see the beach, it's right up ahead. So obviously we're not making quite the time that we'd like, but we're getting there, and we're getting there safe. So almost there. I feel like around the halfway point. I don't know if I just started hitting my groove or if the wind died down or what, but it seems like it has gotten a little bit easier. I asked Christine that, she says no, but nearly there. Next up, once we get there, we gotta try refueling on the water. So I'm currently just under a half a tank, which is actually more than half a tank when you account for the reserve, but we do want to at least test refueling on the water, make sure that we can do that. Worst case scenario, because when we're out in the ocean, obviously we're not gonna have a beach to stop at. All right guys, so we are just a few hundred yards off the shore of Eggmont Key, which is basically where we want to be. Like I mentioned, the next step is we want to test refueling on the water. Just worst case scenario, we want to know that we can do it. So the cans on the back of mine are in a rack on Christine's ski, which is normally my ski. We just have them ratchet strapped on, so it's kind of hard to get them off of there and get them back on unless you're standing on a beach, which is fine. So the idea is I'm gonna take one off the back of my ski and I'm gonna hand it to her. She's gonna refill hers, and then once she's done, she'll hand it back to me, and then I'll do the same for mine. All right, so safety or Surecan is being deployed. Yeah, so pull back the black and then push down the yellow. There you go. So be 5 extra gallons of fuel. Yeah. So not too bad as long as it's not like super, like if this were like dangerous water style out here, storm of the century, we'd have a problem. But you know, it's definitely choppy to ride in, but as long as it's like this, we can stop and not get completely blown around and not have to worry about capsizing, I think we're gonna be in good shape.
All right, y'all, so y'all just watched me fill up my jet ski. Now we're gonna watch Lewis. He's way over there for some reason because he thought that was a good idea.
Well, you can turn your ski back on.
No, I can't.
Why not?
I gotta wait for the fumes to go away. So he puts it in and then he squeezes the safety and then the lever, and 5,000 hours later the gas is done. There you go. Good job, babe. So at one point in time we had VP racing cans, and those are not US Coast Guard approved. Now that would dump fuel in about 90 seconds, give or take, but you actually had to lift it. These you just can put right on your front area, I don't know what you call it, the front, I guess, and then just put it in and press the button. So while they take a little bit longer, it's definitely a little bit easier to do because, you know, holding 5 gallons, trying not to spill it is a whole thing. So there you go.
All right, just like that, we are all gassed up, so another 5 gallons in each jet ski. I think, you know, we're going 80 miles today. The fuel capacity of these jet skis, with these being GTIs, they're 16-gallon tanks. If you get one of the larger, like GTX or something like that, you're gonna have an 18-gallon tank. I really would like to have had that 18-gallon tank, but this is what you get on the budget model. So it's 16 gallons. Should theoretically give us a fuel range of about 70 miles, which it's only 55 to Bimini. We've done 40 today. Like I said, we're probably about half gone through so far. So I think we probably ran through about 8 gallons. We just put another 5 in there. So we should be able to get all the way back to the causeway today, but I do know that by the time we get there, it's going to be beeping. We're going to be running low fuel. These things, the reserve kicks in at 1/3 of a tank, so that low fuel light comes on super early, and it can be super anxiety inducing, but that's part of what we're testing out today, right? Is, you know, how long can we comfortably ride with that low fuel on, knowing that, you know, we're doing 80 miles on basically 21 gallons today. So we're gonna head on over to Eggmont Key now, take a much needed rest. We are beat up. Man, I wish we had some ibuprofen. Not sponsored, but man, really could use some. But let's head on over to the beach. We're gonna anchor up for a little while, take a swim, eat some lunch, and relax for a little bit before we work up the courage to ride 40 miles right back.
And I would like the record to reflect we have a first injury. When you hold it like this, it rubs right there, so that feels real good. So if anybody has any recommendations on more comfortable, more cushioned gloves, let me know. Preferably ones that can get wet, because, you know, jet skis.
And I guess one last thing to point out, now that we've added that extra 5 gallons, so we're just about full tank, so not too bad. All right, guys, we made it to Eggmont Key. Feel like we accomplished something, but we could have parked so much closer and been here in like 10 minutes.
We're taking the damn ferry and been here in 5.
All right, but anyways, skis held up really great. We have finished our lunch.
We did not.
Yeah, Christine's hurting a little bit. So far, we've learned a few things. We have a first aid kit, but we don't have any band-aids in it, so we need to get some of those. We also need to get some ibuprofen. Maybe something a little stronger.
I was going to say Tylenol 500 at this point.
I don't want to feel my knees. Anyways, and then I lost a bungee cord, so I have some extras, but guess good to know that those can come loose. My GoPro mount here, the one that you're on now, has lost some rigidity, so it's probably about time for a new one of those. Christine's not liking her PVC flagpole, so we're gonna get her a 360 one like mine, and it collapses down. And Christine also admits finally that she needs some better riding gear, so she's gonna get a door cat like me, the surf hat, that has the little latches that hook under your chin. She's gonna get some goggles so she can stop getting salt water in the face. And she needs a better pair of riding trousers.
Trousers? Who the hell calls them trousers?
Pants.
I need like neoprene shorts.
Yeah.
They need to bottoms, don't cut it. There's fun on
Neoprene shorts, imagine that. It's almost like it says it right on the jet ski that you should wear neoprene shorts. I'm pretty sure that's what you just now sounded like. That wasn't me. All right, guys, so we're taking a much needed break. Definitely feels good here to be here. The water is great. Look at how clear the water is. Standing in about 4 feet of water, you can see all the way to the bottom. Beautiful day out here, other than the chop. And basically we got 40 miles to ride back. So I know it was a long time. It took us about 2 hours to get here, which puts us right on pace. For Bimini, it's 55 miles. We want to do that in about 2 to 3 hours, so not too bad. It was definitely a rough ride. That's why they call it a challenge, though, too. If it were easy, everybody would do it. So we, obviously today we're doing...
No, smart people take the ferry to Bimini. No, smart people take the ferry to Bimini. Smarter people fly to Bimini. Us, we take 4 or 5 go-karts to Bimini.
Okay, well, if you take the ferry to Bimini, you don't have your jet ski with you, and then you don't...
I'll rent one.
Then you don't get to do the cool stuff, like visit the USS Sapona. You don't get to visit the Sapona. You don't get to visit Honeymoon Harbor and swim with the rays and the sharks. I mean, granted, you could do that on a Virgin Voyage cruises. That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is, it's a challenge. We're gonna do it. It's a bucket list item. And how many people can say that they rode a jet ski to a foreign country? I mean, it doesn't happen every day.
They literally made a whole TV show about it.
Yeah, they made it. That's how big of a deal this is. They made a TV show about it. We're making a YouTube video about it. So make sure you subscribe. Yes. So obviously today we got an 80-mile round trip. We've done 40 so far. I promised Christine that once we get back to Clearwater, we can switch back over to the intercoastal. So that'll still be probably about 60 or 70 miles of open ocean. So more than what we need. And then we can ride back the last little bit in style and not, get completely tore up.
You also promised me a back rub tonight.
I don't remember promising that. Nah, she's been good. Maybe I will give her one. That is provided we can get out of here at a decent time, because it is already 2:30. If we got a 2-hour trip back, we're basically spending all day just running up and down the beach here.
I've seen no dolphins. I've seen nothing but salt in my face, salt water in my mouth.
Yeah, this is definitely a lot more of a, it's about the destination than the journey kind of ride, because we've just been hammered down and watching every wave, bam, bam, you don't really get time to stop and look and smell the roses. But we do get a beautiful view of the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. It's probably not coming across on camera, but it's out there. Eggmont Key is a great place. If you've never been here, definitely recommend you check it out. We ride out here quite often. It's a nice area. Really like it. You can take a ferry here. You can see the ferry is pulled up right there.
Some people take the ferry to Eggmont Key. We drive 40 miles on jet skis.
Yeah. You can also get a boat ramp that's way closer. You can be out here in about 10 minutes.
One right across the inlet. I can see it from here. It's right corner.
So, anyways, I think that probably pretty much wraps up this part of the trip. We'll give you some more shots on the way back, and wrap it up here when we get back.
When we make it back home safe and sound, because say a prayer. Your girl needs it. All right, y'all. We have had all the fun we can have over at Eggmont Key. Had lunch, drank some water. Now we're gonna head on back. The 2 blisters that I have on my thumbs have popped, and they are not happy. So good times. I probably won't be recording that much because I'm gonna have to use both hands to hang on, because blisters. So hopefully Lewis can do some really cool things. But all that being said, we will see y'all back at the boat ramp unless we see something pretty cool over there. Let's go.
All right, guys. So that's it. We're heading on back. We're leaving Eggmont Key. 40 miles back. Let's get it. Christine's already gone. I gotta catch up. All right, guys, so we are just about there. I see the hotels of Clearwater Beach on the horizon. Really not that much farther. Looking at those hotels, it makes me feel like we just got to Bimini. I mean, we traveled, we're probably about 60 miles to get here. So, it's been a rough one. And this is, I know we're not quite back to the causeway, but this is where I promised Christine we would go in. It's definitely traveled further than we would have if we went to Bimini. And it has been rough. Oh my goodness, I am beat up. I'm ready to be in the intercoastal, or ready to be sitting on the beaches of Bimini. Looking at the gas gauge here, we're showing 4 bars. but every time I'm moving it's really like 3. So I think we're doing really good on gas. Once we head in there in the intercoastal, we're still going to be in good shape. We're just going to keep it in eco mode, and probably only got about 20 minutes left and we're done. So let's wrap it up. We're pulling in the Clearwater Inlet now. And oh, look, the Black Hawk helicopters. That's cool. Anyways, we're pulling into the Clearwater Inlet now, and I can tell you what, I've never been this happy to be in a slow speed minimum wake. That guy does not care. I've never been this happy to be in a slow speed minimum wake zone because, oh, my arms are tired, my back is tired, my knees are shot. Feels good. Let's get home.
Never in my life have I been so happy to be in Clearwater Beach. I mean it. So yeah, we are about to head under the bridge, and there are potted dolphins up here, so hopefully we'll be able to see them. Yeah. Got shot killed by a eagle, who I think probably ran over them. It's always cool to see those guys out here. Alright, let's go back to the truck. I am exhausted.
Alright guys, we made it back to the causeway here. Now you can see how much low tide. That trailer was in the water. It was like it was up to the axles in the water. Now it's like way out of the water. So tide's gone out quite a bit since we've been gone. Definitely glad to be back, ready to get off these things. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love every day on a jet ski. This one wasn't the most pleasant, but it was a good experience, and I'm glad we got to find out exactly how far these things go. I still have 3 bars of gas there, which I know at 2 bars I would have 6 gallons, so I'm over 6 gallons. That means even with the 5 gallons we put in there, I believe we did about 80 miles today. We'll have to check on the Relive app, but then that means you really should be able to get about 80 miles on a full tank of gas. So that's it. Let's get these things out of the water.
Alright y'all, just like that, we are back at the good old Dunedin Causeway. Hallelujah. So let me tell you, it was a good day. I am exhausted, everything hurts, but I'm glad we did it, right? So this gives us the confidence to know that we actually can sustain a pretty long trip to Bimini. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and here's Lewis with your outro.
Alright guys, so that's going to do it for us today. Remember to hit that subscribe button, really appreciate it, really help us out. This is a brand new channel, so every subscriber means a ton. Make sure you follow along for all that upcoming Bimini content. And with that being said, we're out of here, and we'll see you next weekend.
All right, in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it. I was watching this, and it was counting up, and I thought you were going to start counting down.
What did I say 3, 2, 1 for?
I don't know.
Okay, are you ready?
Okay. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for us today. Remember to hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. Really help us out. Follow along for all that Bimini content that's coming up. And we'll see you next weekend.
You guys follow up the entire thing, babe. The whole thing.
Okay, I was trying to be quick.
No, the whole thing.
When should I start?
Oh my god! As soon
as soon as you hit the space bar?
Yes!
Okay.
Well, like... Okay. Alright, y'all, like Lewis said, we are... Okay, so really, one...
Alright, we'll have to cut this up because of the music. So put some pauses in here.